What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see behind me, on this cold winter day. Not too terrible out here. We are above freezing right now, but got a little bit of a breeze, so it's definitely still chilly, but it ain't near as bad as it was the last time I was out here, so this ain't gonna keep me from getting some testing done. I've gotten one done so far that was pretty much a total failure, but this one right here should be some really good 9mm. So the jelly contraption was set up ready to roll with a couple of chronos and 2 blocks of gel. Now that one test that I have done acted up, as you can see, so it went all the way through both blocks, but I've got plenty of room all the way through the front here to get this one done. Got the heavy clothing barrier on the front, of course, with the layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. And what we got here is a follow-up to a test I just did between the Speer Gold Dot and the Federal Premium HST. Both of them 124 grain, but this time we adding some pressure. So we've got the plus P versions here. Now the velocity they're claiming here, actually from the Federal HST, they're saying 1200, but from the Gold Dot this time they're saying it's a little bit faster. They're saying 1220 on it, and both of those are from 4-inch barrels. I was a little surprised to see the velocity difference there, because if y'all remember on the standard pressure, both of them were advertised at the exact same velocity of 1150. Here's a look at the cartridges, both of them nice nickel plated case. Now the big difference obviously is going to be your projectile. HST on the right, Gold Dot on the left. As you can see, that Gold Dot is bonded where the HST is not. Now on the standard pressure test, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly that the HST did incredibly well, but surprisingly the Gold Dot was, I mean, what most of y'all were calling a total failure. You know, I was trying to kind of give it the benefit of the doubt, but it definitely did not give us any kind of Gold Dot performance. But maybe this extra velocity is what it needs. Now, as far as the test barrel this time, I'm actually using a Glock 19 Gen 5, and this has the 4-inch advertised barrel. So hopefully this time the Gold Dot showed up ready to put on a good show, but let's get it all set up and see what happens. All right, let's see what kind of numbers we get from this stuff. I'm gonna do a 5-round average from each one. We'll start with this HST first. Now you're gonna see multiple velocity readings from this radar. The large number is right here at the muzzle, and then you've got 5 across the bottom. The first one there is set for 3 yards, which is roughly where my gel is here at 10 feet. And then I've got the others set for 10, 15, 25, and 50 yards. Now remember, the HST is saying 1200 from a 4-inch barrel. That's what we've got here, is a 4-inch barrel. So hopefully that's what we see. 1196, 1175, 1204, 1164, and 1186. So we hit the 12 on one, really close with the rest, but not all that consistent. Let's check out the average. All right, so our 5-round average right there was 1185 feet per second. So not quite that 1200, but that's well within the margin of error for atmospheric conditions, temperature, elevation, all that jazz. So I guess we'll give them a pass right there. Extreme spread though was 40 with a 16.1 standard deviation. So a little bit of a spread right there for whatever reason. 1185 though, HST 124. There's no doubt that's going to give us some good performance. Let's reset it and see what the Gold Dot's moving. All right, let's see what we can get out of this Gold Dot, y'all. Now remember, we're supposed to see 20 more FPS out of this. They're claiming 1220 on this right here. So for some reason, I don't expect it. 1182, 1191, 1206, 1191, and 1207. So surprisingly, it kind of flip-flopped on us. We didn't hit that 1220, but very, very close, and it was faster across the board than the HST, whereas with the standard pressure, it was slower across the board than the HST. Let's check out this average. All right, so our 5-round average that time from the Gold Dot was 1196 feet per second, so still shorter than the 1220 they're calling, just like the HST was. We had an extreme spread of 26 with an 11 standard deviation. So it looks to be a little bit more consistent than the HST this time around. And again, faster across the board, because if you remember on the HST, it was 1185. So you're only talking about 11 FPS average difference, which is well within the extreme spread and margin of error for both of these. So, you know, practically they're both running the same velocity, but I mean, the math don't lie. From right here at this day, in this instance, the Gold Dot is a little faster across the board. So as far as what that means for performance in the gel, I have absolutely absolutely no doubt that HST is going to give us some incredible performance, and hopefully this extra velocity gets the gold dot to act like it's supposed to. Well, let's get it all reset. Y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's which one will it be when you bump up to pea jelly time? We'll put one of each into the gel, starting with this HST first. I know we're going to see good performance right here, but I got a feeling we're going to see good stuff from both of them this time. All right, that should have been absolutely perfect. Let me go check it out. All right, y'all, no surprise once again, that is some absolute perfect performance down there from that HST. Hopefully this gold dot matches it this time around. All right, that should have been a good one. Let's go check them out. All right, let's check out what we got down here, y'all. Very, very nice performance from both of these. This time the gold dot gave us the kind of performance that you expect to see from a gold dot. And it was actually a spicy boy right here too. This one was over 1220. It was actually a little bit over 1230 right here at the block. So first up top here, you got the HST. Obviously it comes in here, immediate expansion. You got that very nice looking spiral disruption like you always see with HST. All the way through that block, you got really nice expansion. It pokes into this second block just a tiny little bit, maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a half of an inch it poked into this second block. And from what I can tell, once again, very, very nice expansion. And then of course up underneath that is the gold dot. Once again, very, very nice energy transfer and expansion right here. A little bit larger area disruption, just nitpicking right there though. Again, disruption all the way through this first block. Very, very nice. Into the second block. And this one looks to be about an inch and a half or so, about twice the distance into this second block than the HST. And this time around versus the first time with the standard pressure, we've got some really nice looking expansion. So as far as the penetration here, the HST, yeah, it's exactly ½ inch into the second block, so 16.5 inches. Very, very nice on that HST. And then the gold dot is actually at exactly 17.5 inches. So fantastic penetration from both of those. And here's your close look. Again, HST on the top, gold dot on the bottom. Depending on which angle you look at, they are virtually the same. You can see nice disruption from both of them all the way through that first block. There's your HST. Might have a little bit of fragmentation on that HST. I can't tell really from outside the block. And then look down there at the gold dot, very, very nice expansion. And then looking from above here, more of the same. Again, just incredibly nice, even expansion and energy transfer all the way through this first block from both of them. I think I'm wrong. I don't think there's any kind of fragmentation. It just looked like it from that angle. There's your HST, and then there's your gold dot. All right, let's take a look at these projectiles. Very, very nice from both of them this time around. Obviously, this is the HST, this was the gold dot. Now, you do have a pretty good bit bigger expanded size from this HST. The gold dot still got a whole lot more base, you can see there, but this HST peeled back big time. Now, that being said, this is plenty of expansion for me and pretty much anybody. I'm sure nobody will complain about this expansion. But again, I'm not saying that because these did not expand well, because you can see they absolutely did. Fantastic performance again from both of these rounds this time. But let's get us some measurements and see what we got. As far as weight, they both started at 124. We'll do the HST first here. That one's at 124.6, so nothing lost there. Absolutely nothing. Probably not with the gold dot either. And that one's actually 124.6 also. So both of them 124.6 grains, and I would say absolutely no loss. Now we are gonna see a difference in the size here. We'll start with the gold dot first. You got 528 and 525, so very, very nice even expansion there. And in the HST, you got 606 and 591. So again, just very, very nice even expansion from both of these. And there you go, y'all, part 2 of the HST versus Gold Dot, this time with more P. And this time around, I would have to say the results are reversed. This Gold Dot, this time, fantastic job. Now, both of them did an absolutely fantastic, incredibly, just about perfect job. But I would have to say, if I was forced to pick a winner, just like I was the last time, I would probably have to call the Gold Dot here. You all know I'm a numbers and math kind of guy. And after placement, I put priority on penetration and energy. And if those are my priorities, how could I not call the Gold Dot the winner here? It had a little more energy, a little more penetration, and absolutely plenty of expansion this time. Now, with that being said, if I were to go out and get one of these, if I had to go out and get one of these, I would probably still pick up the HST. That might sound like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and maybe it doesn't, but I think both of these are just so close in performance. The past performance and reliability and consistency of this HST would push me this way. However, when it comes to the plus P versions of either one of these, you definitely cannot go wrong. All right, y'all, thankfully this time I can call a double success instead of another double failure. What else is there to say really about either one of these 2 rounds? Absolute perfect performance in my opinion from both of them. Nice energy, perfect penetration, perfect expansion. Again, just everything you want to see from both of these defensive rounds. Now again, if I had to call a winner between these 2 in this particular instance, I think it's got to be the Gold Dot for me, because like I said, after placement, I value penetration and energy way more than any kind of expansion. Expansion to me is just a bonus. Really, the reason that I pick on rounds not expanding all the time is because you're paying to get an expanding round. If I'm paying to get expansion, I want the expansion, but again, it's tertiary to me besides placement and penetration. But let me know down in the comments what y'all think. Those of y'all who run one of these, which one is it that you run? Based on what you saw out here today, which one would you call the winner? I could totally understand if people had a different opinion even on the winner in this particular instance, because you know, some people may value that little bit of extra expansion over the penetration. So let me know down below what y'all's thoughts are. If you did enjoy the video, take a second if you would and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got those notifications on so you get notified when I upload stuff. If you're doing some shopping, take a minute and check out those affiliate links in the video description. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and anything you get, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Big thanks once again to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I've got one more really interesting test planned for out here today, so stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.